Okay, so you've decided you want to build a model railway. Well, where can you go to get your hints, your tips, your ideas, get inspiration, to get started, to start buying items, building a layout, doing a track plan, um, start thinking about scenery, what kind of scenes do you want on your layout, this kind of information. So where can you go? Well, there's a few places you can go. Number one, obviously, the internet. There's a myriad of model railway channels out there now, and they cover everything from scenery, layout builds, product reviews. They're very, very popular. Um, Obviously, things like, how-to videos, locomotive maintenance videos. And throughout the years, I've watched, guys from England, from Sweden, from America, from Canada, you name it. I've watched them all. And the internet is great. It's an instant source and a tool you can use to get the information you need to start building a model railway. At times, it can be a bit of an information overload, and you really need to know what you're looking for. So, where else can you go to get that inspiration and those ideas for building a model railway? Well, the answer is in the real world. Just head out one day, make your way to a station, make your way to a railway line, take pictures, take your mobile phone, take pictures of the line, of, railway buildings, rolling stock, what does it look like in the real world? But we are going to look at the other tool you can use to start thinking about the best way about going and building a model railway. And very few people really consider it. Obviously, there's a lot of model railway magazines out there, and they come out monthly. They are very expensive, and they can be very useful. There's a lot of different features, a lot of product reviews. But what we're going to look at today is using books, because very few people really think about buying a couple of books on various aspects of the railway and using the pictures, and really reading the information and having that at your disposal for thinking about how to proceed and build a model railway. So we'll have a look at some of the pictures in them. We'll have a look at what they cover, and see what you think. And if anybody has any questions about these books, you can message me, and I'll give you details as to where I got them. So here we go. Here's 3 books that I have. Now, believe it or not, all my model railway equipment was given away to my nephew when I was in my mid to late 20s. Everything, the whole lot went with him. I was out of the model railways at that time, and these books went as well. So I actually remembered the names of these books. Don't actually ask me how I did, but I searched on the internet on all kinds of auction sites, and this book here and this book here, I managed to pick them up. So that's just a little bit crazy. I mean, it was something like, was it 30-year gap? I managed to not only remember the books, but find them available on the internet. So they are available on the internet. This book here, I actually picked it up because I was on a diesel rail tour, and during the journey they were running raffles and I won this book. So how can we use these? Well, absolutely. No, these can be used for inspiration. So what will we look at first? Well, first of all, look at this. British goods wagons from 1897 to the present day. And the present day would have been when this came out, 1970, the year I was born. But I'm just going to flick through quickly. I mean, this is incredible stuff. This has the really old book smell to it, so it's grey. So it goes through every single piece of rolling stock. Everything. and it gives full detail on everything. So if you're looking to have a certain feel to your railway, you're looking to, have certain particular items on the layout, something like this is really going to give you good ideas as to what you are looking for. Look at this, Coleman's mustard wagon actually existed. This, it's great, and some very, very technical features on this. And if this is your kind of thing, railways is your thing, this is something that's, you'll come back to it time and time again. You're not going to do that using the internet. Something like this, you'll just keep on coming back to it over and over. It goes through everything. So that was one book I picked up. Really nice book. Obviously only looks at items on the railway up to 1970. Now these two books, as I said, I had when I was somewhere between the age of 9 and 13. So like, it's crazy. So this one, I mean, if you want to know about steam locomotives, this book actually, it goes through everything, and not just in the United Kingdom, but all over the world. And some of the pictures are insane on this book. Look at this. I mean, look at that. I mean, if you want to build a model railway, it's American based. I mean, how about that for a picture that's going to give you some inspiration? Nuts. I think that's Denver, Colorado. But I'm just going to flick through it really quickly. I mean, look at this, Germany. Look, pictures of bridges, you name it. It's all in here. There are some fantastic pictures. This is the kind of thing you can use. Like, look, these buildings in the background, the train in the foreground. There's that picture again. That's absolutely insane looking. Pictures of steam trains and yards. And this book actually goes through in very technical detail. Very technical detail. Everything to do with all the classes of locomotives. So if steam is your thing, I mean, this is certainly the book to buy. Coronation class, fantastic stuff, really, and it goes through every single country. It even goes through South Africa, Australia, Italy, Germany, Switzerland. It goes through every country. Look at that, Italian, that big goods yard there, But this will give you an idea of what you want to put in your layout, what you don't want to put in your layout. In fact, look at this. German steam locomotive going past a goods yard there. I mean, this is the kind of thing that's going to give you hints and tips. That was another very good book. Really, really nice. Now, if you love model railways, this book here is insane. It's called The World of Model Railways, or Model Trains, beg your pardon. And this book is insane because it goes through everything. And I mean everything. It goes through the whole history of model railways right from the beginning. Look at this, insane stuff. Right from 1890, right up to, look, Bing Toys. A lot of people might not even heard these guys. Right up to 1980. So that's a long time span there. Look, some of this stuff is crazy, really, really good. And it has layout features, how to build a layout, the whole development of model railways, it's really, you just come back to this book time and time again. Look, these pictures here are insane. This is all from the 1970s, 1960s, model railways. So, first steps, it's telling you how to do it. This is something else that you're not going to get on the internet, actually just coming back to it and looking at a book. I mean, this thing is like an encyclopedia. It's crazy. And, look at that. I mean, that's crazy. These are home layouts, club layouts, and it does go through, how to build a model railway, the whole development of the the hobby, you know, how it started, the key players in the manufacturing end of the hobby. Look at this thing. I mean, that is absolutely mental stuff, you know. And this is before the fine detail, before you get your, you know, advanced tutorials on the internet about how to create model scenery. They were doing this in the 1950s and the 1960s. So have we really come that far, you know? Look at that. Those buildings there beside the train passing through. Incredible, you know. So these, oh man, look at that. It's just mental stuff, you know. This is from the 1970s. 1970s layouts. They could do it back then as well as we can do it now. So, you know, something like this is going to give you the insight into how to do it, and I thoroughly recommend them. You know, as I say, you can come back to these books time and time again, and they will certainly give you the inspiration and the knowledge you need to get cracking on building a layout. Okie dokie. I hope this video has been of some help to you, and if you want any information on these books, just send me a message and I will try and help you out. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Everybody take care and goodbye.